Hey everyone, my name's Hannah and welcome to my channel. This is going to be my first official booktube video, so we're just going to keep things simple and do an April TBR video. So these are all the books that I hope to read in the month of April. Keyword is hope. I am a mood reader, and this past month I've kind of been in a slump. Like, I've been able to finish books, but I haven't been enjoying them. I feel like they're dragging. I don't know if it's the books, not sure if it's me, but I'm really hoping this month goes way better. I have a mini theme to go for this month. Past couple months I've been trying to finish up series I'm in the middle of. I've been making good progress. I'm going to pause that for now because it's starting to feel like homework. So this month I have 3 picks that are books that my friends have been bothering me to read. They're books that I've already owned, so they are from my current physical TBR. But they've just been pestering me of, did you read this yet? When are you going to read it? So hopefully this month's the month. First up, we have Phantasma by Kaylee Smith. I feel like everyone and their brother knows this book by now. I'm pretty sure the second one's either coming out this month or next month. But anyway, this is about a girl, Ophelia. Her mom is murdered and she ends up inheriting magic and then gets entered into this deadly competition. So it's kind of like a gothic fantasy. I believe it's enemies to lovers as well. So all those things check the boxes of tropes that I like. So hopefully this is good. I have heard nothing but good things for it, so I have pretty high hopes, but sometimes that can be dangerous. So I'm still excited to read this though. The next book for April, my coworker is going to be so thrilled that I'm finally reading this book because she has been bothering me so much to read it. It is How Does It Feel by Janine O'Reilly. This is the first book in the Infatuated Fae series. I believe there's 3 of these out right now, and I think the 4th one's coming out this year. I might be wrong about that. I'm not sure how many books total in this series, but she read this one and I think the second one and adores the series and has been pestering me to read this so much. I do have a little bit of reservation though, because I have another friend who read this and she hated it. So everyone has different book tastes, so that's most likely the case. But I'm a little scared but excited because my coworker just gushes about this book all the time. But anyway, this is a book about a scientist who she's researching mushrooms, and she ends up falling into a fairy portal and ends up in the land of the Fae. And she meets this Fae prince who thinks that she went there to kill him. So again, fantasy, enemies to lovers. I believe there's trials in this one too. Yeah, he challenges Callie to 3 deadly trials. So again, trials too. So it seems kind of like we've got a theme with these first 2 books. Hopefully I won't get burnt out on these themes, but I do have a book that I'll probably read in between that's a little bit different, and that is the 3rd book called Grimstone by Sophie Lark. My best friend, this is one of the books she's been bugging me to read. There's been a few, because I sent her a text before I started filming this to see, and she sent me like a list of 4 different books. And I was like, all right, let's do this one because it's probably the only non-fantasy romance she's been bugging me to read. So this is a little palate cleanser in between those. But anyway, Grimstone by Sophie Lark. This is about a girl who apparently her fiance cheated on her. Brother's an asshole. I think she just inherited this mansion. Yeah, she inherited this mansion from her uncle, and she's planning on flipping it. So doing a huge renovation remodel on it. There's some hot doctor next door. And as far as I know, this is just basically a dark romance. It's Sophie Lark. Of course it's dark romance. I have read one other series. It was a duet by her. It's a Sinner's Duet, which I did really like that. That was super addicting, and I read that so fast. So I'm hoping that is the same case with this one. I have the second one, Monarch, as well. So if I like this one, I might just jump into that one too. But this is the one that's officially on the TBR for this month. I think I'm going to pick 2 more books for this month. And then I have an audio pick and then a Kindle pick too. I try to include those in my TBRs, although those I kind of sometimes just mood read. But anyway, I'm going to do 2 picks with my prompts for my TBR jar. If you guys have any suggestions for prompts, I'm always open to that, because I don't think I have a ton in here, so more variety would be nice. But anyway, the first prompt is a book with a pretty cover. So let me go through my cart and see what I can come up with. All right, so after scouring my TBR cart, I chose this Savage Song by Victoria Schwab, also known as V.E. Schwab, which honestly, I'm pretty sure I bought this book at least a year ago, probably longer than that, because the cover was pretty, so I felt like that was pretty fitting. I also haven't read a V.E. Schwab book ever, and I've heard a lot of people talk about her books and how good of an author she is, so I've been very curious, and like I said, this has been on my cart for a while, so I'm going to give this a shot. I believe this is a duet, so there is a sequel, so this one is also on our TBR for the month. And we'll do one more pick from the jar. And let's see. I don't know if that's in focus at all, but we have a book with a one-word title. So back to my cart, and I'll be right back with my selection. All right, so I had a few options for this prompt, but I decided to go with another super popular, hyped up book that I have yet to read, and that is Powerless by Lauren Roberts. This is a fantasy where there's two groups of people. There's the elites and then the ordinaries. So the elites have these powers. They're like in this nice protected kingdom, and then there's the ordinaries who don't have any powers. And I'm assuming they probably live in not nice of a setting. But anyway, we follow this girl who's posing as an elite. She actually doesn't have any powers, but she's pretending that she's a psychic. And something happens with the prince, and she ends up getting thrown into these trials, which is designed for people with powers, which she has none of. So it's basically just her trying to get through these trials. I have heard fantastic things about this book. I have heard terrible things about the second book. And I know that the third book, which I'm pretty sure is the final book, is coming out this year, probably in the next month or so. So I'm excited to read this, but I'm also scared. So this will be on my TBR for this month as well. I wanted to talk about the couple books I was going to do for audio and Kindle reads. Audio, I'm going to read Quicksilver by Callie Hart, I believe is the author. Which again, this is also basically reading overhyped books as well, I guess, for this month, kind of. But I've had this one sitting in my Audible library for a while. I just haven't gotten around to it, so I think now is finally the time. So I'm gonna start that one. So for my Kindle pick this month, it's actually two books. I want to read The Torment Duet by Dylan Page. This one is a super dark, it's not even a dark romance, it's kind of just a dark book I've heard with like a subplot of romance. I think it's a taboo relationship between step siblings, which I do like dark books and dark themes. I've heard that this book will rip your heart out and stomp on it. So we'll see. Sounds fun, but I know a lot of people have highly rated it though, because it is really, really good and really moving. So I think that's pretty much it for my April TBR. I'll be posting my March reading wrap up probably in a week or so you can see what I read in the month of March as well. If there's any videos you guys are interested in seeing for me, go ahead and comment down below and let me know. Obviously TBR reading wrap-up videos are pretty popular, but kind of I need some filler in between. So I have a couple ideas, but if you guys have anything, let me know. That'd be super duper appreciated. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe if you want to see more from me. Thanks. Bye.